Okay.
We're underway, finally.
Oh,
Feels good. A little daunting,
a
but
little daunting.
because we're going into the Pacific Ocean today.
I will admit, I'm nervous. We've touched everything on the boat, and our first passage is let's go to the Pacific Ocean.
Not generally something you'd want to do. Here we are, October 8th.
8th.
It is 8:55 in the morning, and 49 minutes ago we left the dock, and we are going to make the big left turn and head out into the ocean this afternoon, and hopefully make our way down to at least San Francisco, but weather dependent. That'll take us 3.5 days or so. But the big news of the day is that we're finally cruising by ourselves on our boat.
Nobody but us.
Anyway, we'll give updates along the way, but we are underway. Hurry! Welcome aboard. We are Alexa, Pat, and Gilligan the Fat Boat Cat. Follow us as we live aboard and cruise the U.S. and Mexico on our 57-foot Nordhavn Noeta with no ETA.
Morning, Oregon, or Southern Oregon.
I don't even know. Cape Blanco?
Cape Blanco's in Southern Oregon. We just rounded it. Some really, I'd say 10 plus foot swells, but really long periods. So it's just kind of like being on a roller coaster with some smaller wind waves. Winds right now are about 19 knots, so a little over 20 when we rounded it.
When we left 48 plus hours ago, the Straits of Juan de Fuca were quite nice. I was working.
Almost like glass.
Yeah, I was cooking. We were doing things. I got a little cocky. And I do tend to get seasick in big water. But I have my Mexico meds that help, and so I took that before we left.
They're actually meds for anywhere in the world but the U.S.
Yeah, if you ever need them, holler, because you can't get them in the U.S., but everywhere else you can. Anyway, so we left, and then I was feeling good, and then 5, 6 o'clock, we're getting ready to turn into the Pacific Ocean, and I should have taken another one, and I didn't, and that was my fault. So I spent the next 20 hours or so sick, really sick, because when we turned left, the sea state picked up, and it wasn't this nice as what we have right now.
No, it was very confused. We had 2 or 3 different swell sets. I was just very confused, so the boat was difficult to even
It was like
stand.
we were in a giant washing machine, and it was instead of doing our normal planned 3 to 4 hour sleep shifts, we had to do 1 hour because I couldn't focus more than an hour. So I did them while puking, but it wasn't pleasant. So today is kind of the first time I'm starting to feel a little better and eating food. But we've still decided we're going to go ahead and pull into Crescent City, just because otherwise, because we had to slow down, if we show up in San Francisco right now, it's going to be the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning or something, which we don't want. So we're going to pull into Crescent City, which will be about 3 o'clock today, and stay for a night, maybe 2, let the sea state calm down again, and then finish the last day.
That's 26 hours or something like that from Crescent City to San Francisco. And that way we can time our arrival, look at the tides and all that. So
what I don't think we've shown or talked about is the fact that our pilot captain helm's chairs never showed up. So they were delayed. STID had them delayed by like
a month.
6 weeks. So So here's our fix Here's our fix. Let me get him in there. We have really tall director's chairs. He's in one of them right now, which we found are great in calm waters. In the middle of the night while I was puking, it fell straight over. Pat caught me by my hair, so that was great. But it's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. So we do have chairs. They're just not our normal
Very,
captain's
very
chairs.
bougie.
Bougie. Pretty
Bougie.
sure that's not a thing with these chairs. But anyway, so a few more hours and then we'll get a little break. So that's where we are now. Catch up later.
Bye.
Right.
Well, 50 some odd hours of running, and we made it back to Crescent City, where this all kind of started
Yeah.
7-8 years ago.
2017,
Yeah.
July, 2018. It was July 17th of 2018. We actually pulled into here. I know that because I was looking at pictures today. Because our kids were with us last time, and they were teenagers, and now they're grown and gone, but they were living on the boat at the time. And we had had 3.5 miserable days from Washington.
I think it was 4.5.
Probably from Washington to
Yeah.
here, and it was awful. It was the worst cruising we've ever done by far, and it was just we were so eager to get out there, and rookie mistakes, and
We went around Cape Blanco, Southern Oregon, and we're on the 46 Nordhavn, and it was so rough that one of the VHF antennas on the top of the pilot house snapped and fell across kind of the top of the pilot house. And August and I were up. It was, I don't know, midnight or something, and we thought that we'd hit a long line. We didn't know what we were hitting. We were just like, what is going on?
was it also that night that we picked up the crab pot?
Yeah.
We picked up a crab pot on our paravanes, and so
Earlier
that was
that
an
night.
all-family effort
Yeah.
to get taken care of. So this time, it wasn't as bad. It was pretty bad that first night heading into the Pacific Ocean. The weather was great. I mean, the weather, we had no trouble, but the sea state was really miserable. Just that washing machine of, 9 foot,
We had
10
like
foot.
three or four different swell sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
no
were
real
tall.
wind, so it was just like the boat's just kind of
we were
doing
just
this.
riding.
And
So I did get sick that first night, and then I've managed to recover day two and a half. Anyway, the last 24 hours I've been good. But we decided we were going to go straight to San Francisco, and then we kind of started, if I wasn't feeling better or whatever, we were going to need to pull in. And then because we had to throttle back a little bit, the speed, we realized we were going to come into San Francisco at 1 in the morning.
1 or 2 in the morning.
And we didn't want that. So we decided, okay, we're tired.
and one other thing.
But wait.
It's Fleet Week.
Oh, in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, if we pulled in tomorrow morning, which was the initial plan, it was going to be during their giant ship parade. And I think they probably close it. It's like military
didn't know.
ships. I don't know.
So that means we're sitting outside the Golden Gate Bridge, probably waiting.
So-
I don't know, spinning cookies or whatever.
So instead, we'll go in 2 days, maybe during like the Blue Angel show, which could be cool. We'll see. But the story about Crescent City is we got here, again, it was the middle of the night after crappy weather the last time. And August and I go down to tie up the boat. We were in a 46 Nordhavn back then. And we tie up, and both of us get immediately sick,
I'm
nauseous.
sitting in the pilot house, and we have a headset, and I'm asking Alexa, are you okay? What's going on?
Because we were both lying down on the dock, and we're like, we stopped moving suddenly, very suddenly, and it was such a bizarre feeling. Anyway, we ended up here for
7 days.
7-8 days last time. None of the fishermen were going out, nothing, because it was miserable.
We would go out to eat. Like I remember we went out to breakfast one morning, and we're all kind of have this same rhythm. And the boat would do this, and then it'd be a big one, and we'd all go, did you feel that?
And we did.
I felt that.
So this time's much better. We just tied up about an hour ago. And what we did last time, I had all this great food. I'd prepped passage food for months, I think. And I'd cooked food and from scratch, and it was all really good. But we couldn't eat any of it underway because it was just, it was like
miserable.
crackers and cheese kind of thing. And then we pull in here, and I'm like, great, what do you want? Do you
It's
want
like
the
midnight or 1 or 2
Do you want
in the morning.
lasagna? Do you want the stroganoff? What can I pull out for everybody? And it was one of the kids goes, how about Kraft mac and cheese? And we're like, oh, God, that sounds really good. So
So,
in honor of that tonight,
Kraft mac and cheese.
we made Kraft mac and cheese, even though I do have some really good food. We had some veggies with it, so
Yeah.
we're at least being good that way. But this one's for the kids, and we've been sending them pictures, and they're not jealous. Weird. they're happy they're not right here.
Yeah.
Anyway, tomorrow morning we'll take off for San Francisco. A little over 24 hours, I think 30 hours or something, and we'll be in San Francisco, heading to Berkeley, I think, area first, and then see what happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Or bon appetit or Kraft mac and cheese.
Pat hasn't had it since last time we're here. I don't think I have
I
either.
haven't had it since we were here.
So 6-7 years ago. Yeah. Anyway, once every 7 years is fine. Oh, okay. You too, huh? Leaving Crescent City. That's back there somewhere. A little after 7 in the morning. Should be calm seas today. So beautiful here this morning. Hey, video update. We are rounding Mendocino right now, right?
Yeah.
A lot of not fun. The last
We're,
10 hours or so.
Getting our asses handed to us right now.
Not anticipated were these stacked wind waves that we've got going on. And it's hard to show. It just, you look out the window and it looks just fine right there. But if you would have if I would have had it facing this way, you might, I gotta hang on, because, whoops. We're sitting here taking water up on the fly bridge. It's a little exhausting every time. Who knows how much sleep we'll get tonight, because I think this is gonna keep going. But the first 20 minutes of the cruise was lovely today as we got out of Crescent City. Maybe even the first hour. But in retrospect, what we probably should have done, last night we pulled into Crescent City to get some rest, and so we had a good arrival time in San Francisco, but we probably should have kept going because conditions were fine yesterday. And, oh, that's a big one. Yep. All right. And we probably should have just kept going while conditions were fine, and then found somewhere to pull in before San Francisco to make our arrival time good. But stupid lessons that you learn, or you know them, and then there's another one. There's just no way to show how uncomfortable this is. There's no way to sit, especially, because of our stid chairs that we don't have. And
They are hopefully on a truck somewhere.
yeah, hopefully en route now. But anyway, I was trying to show how uncomfortable and awkward it is, but I don't even know that this is doing it justice.
Well, Predict Wind, when we looked at that, said that it would be a comfortable ride and we would be able to go about normal duties without hanging on for dear life.
Right.
Well,
But hanging on.
as you can see,
Okay, that one.
I mean,
Yeah, that's.
that's what
We've been doing that for how many hours now?
for about 6.
6 hours. Awesome. We're gonna have strong core. Anyway, there's nowhere to stop, so we just got to keep going. Hopefully, I'll have a better update in a little while. But we chose this, right?
We chose this. Well, the alternative is, lessons learned, you stay tied up to the dock.
Right. Which we
And
probably should have done.
you just kind of like wait
Except
this
the
out.
forecast looked okay, and our weather router guy we were talking to said it looked great, and so we went. But all right, back to hanging on with 2 hands. right, that behind me is the Golden Gate Bridge. So what that means is we've done 80-ish hours in mostly miserable conditions. The first part was swelly from behind, the second part was bashing, and this boat is just a battle ox. I mean, she just was great. It wasn't comfortable, but we're here. Apparently, we heard from our friends on Red Rover on the inside that it's clear. They sent us pictures to prove it, but I will believe it when I see it. We've seen nothing but clouds and rain today, so hopefully we'll see the bridge here in just a bit, heading to Berkeley Marina, and then we'll get some much needed rest.
Hi. Hey, hi.
Hey, so there it is, the Golden Gate. It turns out we can see it this time.
Ta-da.
Versus last time we couldn't really till we were under it. The seas are gonna calm down here eventually.
Anytime now.
Any minute now. Still
minute.
hanging on. And it was gonna be amazing.
Well,
It's right, it's microphone's right there. I'll be able to cut.
microphone down.
That's okay, I can cut and paste.
Oh no, that's a good one. It's so rough that the
It's
microphone.
so rough his mic fell off.
The microphone wouldn't stay on.
So the Blue Angels were supposed to be out there right now as we were coming in. We didn't really plan it that way. It was for Fleet Week, the second day of the air show. And everyone's all excited, and they're where they... did you just fix your hair?
Well, yes.
It doesn't matter.
For my fan club.
Okay. And then just like 5 minutes ago on the radio, the Coast Guard came on and said it's been canceled.
Watch out.
And because of weather. And in there it's blue and sunshiny, and out here it's not. So probably where they're getting information and where it's important, I suppose, matters. But there's been a lot of...
Tough to say. It's been overcast, gray, fog, rain for us for 24 hours. So
yeah, but so no, there'll be no Blue Angel show for us as we enter. Maybe tomorrow when we're sitting comfy at a dock with a cocktail in hand, we can watch it if they get to go tomorrow. But here we come up on the bridge. Okay, so in 2018, when we went under the Golden Gate Bridge, we had poppers, little confetti things for the kids to do. We were exhausted, but we were so happy to be here. So Pat was really disappointed that I didn't have any poppers, and so we don't have poppers today. But
we don't have poppers.
we don't have poppers.
Ah!
But we can still have confetti. So Lex is gonna have to vacuum that up, is what that means.
It's in my slippers.
It's everywhere. Anyway, no poppers, but we are officially going under the bridge.
There we go.
We just went under it.
Bridge.
We did it. And the water's going to settle down.
And it's going to settle down anytime.
Any
now.
minute now. It's going to be lovely. Ton of traffic because the air show just got canceled. And so now everybody and their dog who had a boat just left the watching zone or whatever, and the radio traffic's insane. And there are boats just everywhere. So now we get the trek to the back of San Francisco Bay, but the skies have cleared a little bit in here. Not enough for the Blue Angels to fly, apparently, but there's an Alcatraz over there. Anyway, there goes the bridge. As we cruise to the back of the bay to tie up at Berkeley Marina for a few days, we remind ourselves that even with the missing helm chairs, seasickness, crappy seas, and boat traffic in the bay, we truly are fortunate to live this life on the sea. I'm in a car. So this is our 4Runner. We bought it in Mexico a bunch of years ago. And we just, to get Pat to the airport and to get kids places, we knew we were staying in Mexico for a long time. And then when this whole boat thing happened, we're like, we're gonna need our car in the States. So we drove it from Puerto Vallarta to Washington in Pacific Northwest. And it was really useful, but now that we've made our way down the coast, it's time to start bringing our boat back towards Mexico. So 4 days ago, we got the boat into San Francisco, got a couple nights rest, and then I flew up to Washington and then took a train north and kept going north to get my car, and drove a bunch of hours yesterday to my sister's house in Salem. Oh, sheep. There's sheep. I'm in Oregon now. And so now I'm south of Salem, heading back to the boat, which is in Berkeley. And then I think tomorrow we're going to move it to Richmond. We have a great opportunity with a friend who's got a dog, so we're going to do a move. But Pat's on the boat doing boat projects, and I am jamming to tunes and appreciating the sheep and appreciating that it's flat and I'm in total control of which direction I go. So it's a change, but yeah, I'll be back on the boat tonight. I did wake up in the middle of the night last night at my sister's, jumped out of bed, grabbed the wall, and I'm like, why aren't we moving? Because we've been moving for a long time. Because I was in a house. Anyway, that's today's update. We'll be in the Bay Area for a bit. We're still having troubles with our import paperwork into Mexico. We'd hoped in the next 12 days actually to be heading to Mexico, but this boat has some old paperwork that needs to be taken care of. So that's where we're at, and I'll keep you posted on the next episode, probably where this paperwork stuff is headed. Anyway, I'm on I-5 and I have another 482 miles to go. Going to our friend's dock, and it's like going into a canal, sort of. It's going to be a tight turn right there.
Look at Gilligan. He's like, whatever. You're mine.
Come here. It's okay. Come here.
Gilligan.
Nope.
He's nice.
Nope.
He's a nice kitty. No.
Come here, you're okay. You're
all
okay.
right.
Okay, super excited because our friends on Red Rover, Kevin and Allison, are
And Max.
Oh,
And Max.
can't forget Max. Are in town. What are you guys doing here?
Our daughter lives in Oakland, so we came to see her as we're driving back across the country
To go get to your boat.
to get to our boat.
So, what are your cruising plans?
So we're gonna cruise the Land Cruiser to the
Water cruiser.
Rover.
The Land Rover is going to, which is not a Land Rover, but
No.
is going to get to South Carolina, and then we're gonna fly to Baltimore, pick up Red Rover, bring her back down to South Carolina, to Beaufort, and spend.
Not Beaufort.
No, not Beaufort.
No,
but
they're different.
Beaufort.
We did Beaufort.
Beaufort and
Yeah.
Beaufort. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And bring her back down, and we're gonna do some boat projects.
Boat
For a little
projects.
What?
Yeah.
We've
Boat
done
projects?
a few of those.
I'll
You
call
guys
you.
have done a lot.
What?
You have any experience?
Only on the
Yeah,
shaft.
would you like to come help?
Hey, no.
He has a lot of shaft experience and take you anywhere. Anyway, super excited, so we wanted him on this video. So thanks for coming.
We're
we
so
were
excited for you guys.
We've known each other
8
since
years?
Seattle.
7 years?
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it yet, I'll put a link here, but you need to go see our Noodle Noggle Nordopedia video that Alice and Kevin and Pat and I made together. And we won first prize a couple of years ago at the Nordhavn Film Festival.
Woo! Yes!
Okay, love you guys. Bye.
Bye.